the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, pick your game up. Alert flare. Alert flare. Hey, alert, alert. Alert, alert. Check 24. Check 24. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. 61. Matchbox lights. Hey. High 7.
The former 2nd-round pick. This is Joe Mixon. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Alpha. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
2nd and 11. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. They find some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 29 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll try the left side. It's Arnold. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, Delta.
3rd and long for Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Point it right. Slam. Check 99. He's crossing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
180. Kings. Check 26. He's coming. Blue draw quarter. Double up. Kings. Back. Slam. Check 3. Check. Hey, alert 33. Check 3.
On 3rd down, Arnold. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
25.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
You got tight right there. Come on, baby, let's go. Dig tight. Let's go. Mike is 59. I'm scared. Switch. Sponge. No. Check 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Left or right.
Call call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, alert 33. Quick dash. Go. Slam. Check 43.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the run. Watch safety creep. Run. Safety's creeping. Safe. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Mike. 180. Rip left.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield is going to find his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Mayfield trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. He's at the 40. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Hey, box truck.
On 1st down, Mixon. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 2nd down, Mixon. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Looking middle, and that's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chop it.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Pistol.
Jim.
On 1st down, Arnold. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They go play action here on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Go.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Mayfield looks to throw, and he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Set, 180. Check, 59. Here we go. Point it right. My turn.
On third down, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10.
Turn up. Kill, turn up. Hey, Haywood.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
Hey, Charlotte.
53's the mic. 53.
Now back to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So from the 36 now, first and 10. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Mixon running right. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Jonah, 60 outlaw. Hey, high 7.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I'm coming up.
Out of the gun now on third down. Open man is Ross, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I got you, pop.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Get off the field. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
Hey, Alpha.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike, 52.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Ross. 23 yards the pickup there.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. They juked him, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Bravo.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
15. Check 15.
Now.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one is right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll try the left side. It's Arnold. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Mayfield now. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Arnold. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Arnold. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run on first down. It's Arnold. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Alert, 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 alert.
Watch twins. Check safety, check safety.
Check 52.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Real.
Switch.
On third down, Arnold. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as they are able to cut into that lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
53, Mike. Let's go. And we got Mike.
Back to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 39 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I got you.
On first down, it's Arnold. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Give me some. Here we go. Whip.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Arnold. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Coming to you.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. So don't say nothing. Hey, Orbit.
53, Mike. We don't want this. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillendown, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin.